Alex, I just want to say that I have a couple honorable mentions I want to get out first. First off,
Yeah.
Marvin Jones Jr. to the Jags is huge. He reunited with his former offensive coordinator that he had in Detroit. That's big. I was thinking almost more like a Kenny Galladay type guy, but Marvin Jones Jr. is a still really high level talent at the wide receiver position. He's going to be a good target for Trevor Lawrence once he finally gets into Jacksonville and we finally just make the whole draft official at this one because we all know they're going to take him. But then also, one of the more recent ones it was the Bills signing former Saints wide receiver Emmanuel Sanders. I said that the Saints signing Emmanuel Sanders last year was the most underrated signing, and I would say that Emmanuel Sanders is one of, if not the most underrated wide receivers in the league. And the Bills getting him is going to be great because now you got Stephon Diggs, who was the best. He had the most receiving yards last season. Cole Beasley had a sneaky good season in the slot. And now you get to throw Emmanuel Sanders as a wide receiver 2 on the outside opposite of Stephon Diggs. Josh Allen is going to have a field day with this offensive trio.
Yeah, I mean he really is, and that's a great call there. With I mean Emmanuel Sanders, he puts a lot. I just think swapping John Brown out for Emmanuel Sanders, it does a couple things. You don't need the top off the defense kind of guy anymore. I mean, with Josh Allen, Diggs can go over the top.
Yeah.
Sanders at his advanced stage is not going to go over the top a huge amount, but he still has the ability to do it. Gabe Davis, same way, is not your prototypical burner, but he can go over the top if he needs to. But I think this gives Gabe Davis, the guy I just mentioned, a ton of room to now slot into this second outside receiver opposite of Stephon Diggs. Let Emmanuel Sanders run the middle of the field. Let him play in the slot. This just rounds out that team so well, and especially with Cole Beasley still out there, waiting to see if where he's going to end up next year. I just think this gives the Bills a ton of options at receiver for next year, and it's just going to give Josh Allen everything he needs to have a great season again. But for my most underrated signing, and I think everyone a couple weeks ago when Massacre Week was happening, we saw the Chiefs do something a little questionable. They got rid of Eric Fisher. They got rid of
Schwartz.
their right tackle. Yeah, Mitchell Schwartz.
Michael Schwartz.
And Mitchell, something Schwartz. One of the Schwartz.
M. Schwartz.
They got rid of one of the Schwartz. They got rid of both their tackles. But
you're a real one if you understand that reference.
I mean, come on, Spaceballs.
Thank you.
But they got the second best offensive lineman on the free agency market. I think Joe Thuney signing there for 5 years, $80 million. It seems like a lot, but it's one of those positions. And this just kind of struck my head when we're talking about Corey Linsley. We're talking about Joe Thuney. And it's these guys that they sign at a place, they're a good player, and then you don't hear their name for years because they've been holding down that position. They don't get hurt. They do everything they need to do. That's who Joe Thuney is. He's going to be opposite of Dr. whatever his name was. Who's that guy's name? Their right guard, the one who went to go fight COVID on the front lines. Duvernay Tardif.
Yeah.
Dr. Duvernay Tardif. So he's going to go opposite of Duvernay Tardif, and they were just going to man the middle of that Chiefs offensive line for the foreseeable future. And what do you need to do when you have a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes is you need to protect him, but more importantly, you need to protect him on the inside. And that guard play is going to be so key for them to be able to have that long-term success. So Joe Thuney to the Chiefs was a huge signing for them. It's gonna completely change their offensive line dynamic, and everyone else you bring in is now going to have a guy like that's been a part of the Patriots offensive line system, and he was under Dante Scarnecchia and was in that whole era of great offensive linemen, and he's just going to bring all that knowledge, and I think it's an incredible signing for the Chiefs.
I love that. Also, I just love seeing offensive linemen get paid. Get your money, big fellas.
Get the bag dropped.
5 years. Get your $80 million with nearly 50 guaranteed. My man, get that money while you can.
That's a lot of cheddar right there.
See, for me, Alex, my most underrated and best value signing is another offensive lineman, but I'm going to give that to offensive guard Kevin Zietler from the Giants to the Ravens. I thought this was a fantastic signing for the Ravens because not only did they get an extremely durable guy because he's missed one game over the last 6 seasons, which is huge, especially at a really physical position like the offensive line. He's been ranked 17th by PFF for offensive guard since 2019, so he has talent as well. But yeah, he's breaking the bank with that money. You're paying heavy money for him. But for Kevin Zietler, the Ravens signed him 3 years, $22.5 million with 16 guaranteed. That's fantastic value for the talent you're getting, and I love that move. And it's going to help Lamar Jackson become that much better of a quarterback. And I just think they got a great value.
They finally replaced Marshall Yanda. They needed to for a while. They finally replaced him.
Man, remember Marshall Yanda? Oh, dude is an animal. I love that guy.
Real great. The Quentin Nelson before Quentin Nelson was a thing.
And now Quentin Nelson is the best guard in the league, and it's not close.
What would imagine this. If Quentin Nelson played left tackle and was a free agent this year, or imagine just a normal year, non-COVID year.
Okay.
Free agent this year. Okay. What does he get in a year?
I think if he's actually ever in his career makes it to the free market, he's probably getting, at least for what was, I would say he's breaking. I think he's getting $20 million a year as an offensive lineman. He's getting
100%, right?
Maybe.
I mean, if he was a left tackle, he might get $25 million. $25
million.
If he was a left tackle, he might get $25 million a year. The fact that he's a guard, he might only get like 18, 19. But dude, he's gonna get paid.
Oh, once he gets off his rookie deal, he's going to bring in all that money.